So I just got my brand new Ryobi Automotive pressure washer, but I need to get this thing installed in my detailing rig. So first things first, with our installation, guys, this thing comes with a ton of accessories, including this handle, and the only thing out of all of these accessories that I'm going to be using are the actual tips that come with this pressure washer. Now these tips are a little bit important because these things keep the pressure washer below a specific amperage. So if you guys are trying to use smaller orificed tips for your guys' pressure washer, you guys may run into some issues with jumping over that 15 amps that this thing is really designed to do. So the only accessories that we're going to be keeping are these tips out of the box. Everything else that came with this pressure washer, I'm going to go ahead and put back except for the foam canning because I'm going to test that out later. So now that we have all the accessories set to the side, the next thing that I want to take care of, and this is probably the most crucial thing for me, is the length of this cord. Now this cord is extremely long and I have a very little detailing rig, so it's definitely a huge benefit for me to be able to trim this cord and have a much shorter cable that I can run to my power supply inside of my detailing rig. So the first thing that you guys want to do to your pressure washer in order to shorten this cable is you guys want to undo these 4 screws that are holding on this plate right here. You don't want to take off these very top screws above the plug. You just want to unscrew these 4 lower ones. And they are in there a little tight. I don't think Ryobi wants you to take these things out. But we're going to take them out because we need to. We took out those 4 screws. We can simply pull this guy out. And we should be able to take off this nice little grommet-y thing that comes with it. Alright, and now we have our GFI switch is completely separated. I'm going to leave it up to you guys if you guys want to replace this or not. I'm going to just be using this exact same switch, but you guys could technically put on a regular old plug without the GFI switch. And honestly, I should do that because I already have a separate GFCI switch in my vehicle. So I should be only using one at a time. I've heard from people that are far smarter than me that having 2 of them on the same circuit can sometimes cause issues with each other. I haven't had any issues yet, so I'm going to go ahead and run it how I've been doing it. So now that I have the end of the cable taken care of, now I just need to figure out how long do I want this cable to be. So I'm going to make it about 1, 2, 3, 4 or so feet. Alright, so I just cut a nice bit of cable off of there. Now it's about 5. Now the total length of this cable is maybe like 5 or so feet. So now that I have the cable cut to the length that I want, I'm going to go ahead and strip back some of this wire so that I can get to the white and the black wire. And from there, we can just go ahead and strip both the white and the black wire. I'm also going to snip off all of the insulation that I can. So now we just have our stripped down wires. And we're going to go ahead and slide our grommet right back on. See if we can get that where we need it. So now that we got that little grommet-y thing back where it goes, not 100% sure what that thing's called, but now that we have that back where it goes, give these wires a little twist and get them tucked right back to where they were, which the white one goes on the left and our black one goes on the right side. We now have this guy tidied all back how it needs to go, so now we can put our cover on, and now we can get it installed in the vehicle. So here we are on the side of the vehicle, and the first thing I need to do is get our old pressure washer out of here, hopefully without spilling too much water. So, I'm going to go ahead and crack this guy off. Let's get our front guy off. now I am uninstalling our pressure washer whip. This is what actually goes to the hose reel in the back. So now we got that guy unplugged, and the last thing I need to do is try to maneuver this huge cable out of here. Now, since I knew I was selling this particular unit that I just got like maybe a month ago, I left the cable long because I'm going to be selling it to my neighbor. So that way he can do whatever he wants to do with the cable, whether he wants to keep it long, make it short, take off the GFCI switch, whatever he wants to do, that will be up to him. And now we got this guy uninstalled. You guys can see it is literally the exact same. The only thing that you can really tell a huge difference with is they have a different little diagram up here for the pictures and everything. They have a different little soap dispenser and stuff on here. So, and the only other thing that's different is really the on the front of here it says Automotive. 1200 psi, 1.8 GPM, and on here it just says 1800, 1.2 GPM. So other than that, they look the exact same just looking at them. Yeah, they look just about the exact same. So, all right, this one will fit in here much easier because we have a much shorter cable. See here, and getting this thing in should be as easy as getting the other one out. You gotta feed this, and even though I cut this cable, I could have cut it way more if I wanted to. Alright, so I'll try to bring you guys in here with me, but you guys can see my rat's nest with all the extra wires and cables and everything going around to where they need to go. And here is our water inlet. Let's go ahead and screw that on. Alright, and now this pump is gravity fed from our water tank, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this valve right here. That's going to supply water to our pressure washer. And yeah, now we should be all set up. We just got to get this guy plugged in that back corner. So now you guys have actually seen how I install my pressure washer in my detailing rig. It is a super simple process, especially since I already had the old 1800 PSI unit in there. But the biggest thing that I do when I'm installing a new pressure washer in the detailing rig is I always cut the cable so it's not quite as long, and I use all my own accessories and all of that kind of stuff when I'm using it in the detailing rig. And I usually just get rid of all the original accessories that come with the device because I know I'm never really going to use them. So anyways, that is pretty much all that I had for today's video. I hope you guys got a little something out of seeing how this thing is installed, and you guys can have some ideas for how to install it in your guys' detailing rig, or even if you guys wanted to set up your own little shelf or something like that in your garage. But that is pretty much all that I had for today's video, so I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.